Well, disappointing. Felt pretty good coming into this game. It's just kind of awkward or odd. Like, we come out hitting some plays, moving the ball, and things, there's a point in the game you think, okay, this is going to be the one, and feel good about some of the things that occur first few drives there. And then it's a kind of a collection of things that occur: bad snap, penalty, offsides, pass interference, and then it just kind of spirals. And then it's just frustrating because I know how much these guys, it means to them. You're in that locker room. It's not like they're giving up. There's some upset guys in there. And my message to them was, get it out of your system, flush it, enjoy your evening, and then wake up. The sun's going to come up the next day, and we're going to get right back to it. We're going to learn how to finish, and we're going to learn that when a few things don't happen your way, it's not time to let the bottom fall out. It's time to keep driving and pushing. And I'm not saying they didn't do that. I think it's kind of collective effort. We have some players that are a little nicked up, which, it's important to have them out there fresh. But got a few guys nicked up, and we're just going to forge ahead and get ready for the next one. That's all we can do. All right? Because there is no other options. What are our options? Right? I mean, everybody in here's had stuff. It happens, and it's hard, and you can't do much about it, it seems like at the time, and you just keep fighting, and that's the only option you got. That's what we're going to do. All right, question.
You talked about Sam going into the week. Just your thoughts on how he played today and how he just really thrust into this role and had to learn a lot in a short, compressed amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, I know he can play a lot better than that, and I knew he would make mistakes, but I don't know that I've ever taken a receiver at this level and moving the quarterback in the middle of the season. I know it's happened. I know that it's a whole lot for Sam. It's a lot on him, and he made some mistakes. A couple of ill-advised throws, a couple of reads that were incorrect, but I mean, he functioned at times like what we want him to, and I know he's capable of doing that, so, he'll just get all the reps again next week. Maybe he'll be better next week, but that's just kind of part of it. I mean, I know he played quarterback before, but when you haven't done it in 2 years, it's hard, so.
You kind of alluded to this, I'm not asking this to discredit what Houston was doing defensively, but did it feel like you guys kind of got to the point where you just shoot yourself in the foot more so than?
Yeah, they had some personnel issues there, had caught a couple timeouts, and, when you have all the packages you have now, and they have tight ends, no tight ends, all their packages, sometimes that happens. And I think, again, for Clint, a lot of the stuff they're doing now is kind of new to all of them. So that may have had something to do with it. I'll find out. But, that happens, but it shouldn't happen that many times. And we'll get to the bottom of it figured out. But before I forget, I want to say how awesome it was. I don't know who those kids were up there with their shirts off. That was awesome. Did y'all see that? Was it a fraternity or something, or just a bunch of kids? That was phenomenal. I mean, good Lord. I mean, because human nature is just kind of pout and just fade into pain and leave, and go home. And shoot, that was awesome. I can't, I don't know, hey guys, whoever you are, that was phenomenal. Our guys kind of felt that was something. You don't see that very often, when things aren't going like the way you want them to. But just awesome. Appreciate our students hanging in there with us and giving us something to play for. All right, now next question.
Coach, a lot of guys early in the game on offense kind of touched the ball. Was that part of the game plan? Was just going to get more players involved?
Yeah, I mean, that's what balance is how many different guys can touch it, And we're trying to disperse it around a little bit and get some guys involved. And, we did some nice things there early. And it wasn't like an elaborate scheme to have this guy, that guy, that, it just kind of unfolded that way. And looking back on it, it was probably kind of somewhat subliminally planned that way, I think. But yeah, we had ways to get different people the ball. So.
You kind of put Sam in a situation where he had to throw deep a couple times on third down, but he hit a couple guys. He hit Gavin, I think, on the first third down. He hit Cam Abshire for a big one. What did you think of him in those situations when he did have third and long?
Yeah, man, he looks really good when it's going good. He's sitting right over there, so I have to say some good stuff, right? But when he throws the ball and he's got time, it looks pretty damn good. He throws a really nice ball. He's got a really quick delivery, and he'll only get better now that he's kind of got a foundation as to the communication, who he has to say to who and what he says and all the personnel groupings and everything. So he'll get better and he'll slow down. I'm quite sure game's moving pretty fast for him right now. So.
Was it good to get Noah some reps, just some live action out there? And what did you think about his drive in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, there's a kid that was just kind of on the street. He was at Central Florida. Wasn't even on the team, I believe. He got kind of left out somehow or another. I don't really know that full story, but, he's played a lot of football. He's an older kid, and he's been a quarterback here for a while now and been in the system, and it was pretty neat to see. And it was a great play by Freeman, and, it was a little late for some of that, but at least it was something positive to build on. So, yeah, I'm happy for him. That's for the road he traveled to get here. And, if we hadn't called him, he'd be playing at the intramural leagues in Central Florida. So to come in and throw a TD pass in P4 and that you're about to be the starter for the Sigma Chi's, that's pretty amazing, right? So.
Putting on your offensive coordinator hat and looking back at the last three quarters, did it feel like it was kind of a one step forward, two steps back?
Yeah, that's the way it was to me. And it's just like, again, I need to watch it, but it's a bad snap, man. It's a penalty. Then he missed a block, and then the receiver did this, and da-da-da, or the quarterback. It's just like, it's not like one or two guys just stink it up. It's just like, it's kind of spread around a little bit. And then, and when things don't go well and you're having a rough time and three or four things happen the wrong way, sometimes it's harder to overcome it, So we just got to try to find a way not to let those little things occur. So.
On the defensive side, what have you kind of seen from Mordecai the last couple weeks?
He's done really well. Wasn't it last week he led the team in tackles? Was that right? Yeah. What do you have today? Gee whiz. That kid, he's playing for the school, for the love of the school and for the love of the game. And, when you go out and you play like that and things aren't going great, that says a lot about somebody, right? And it says a lot about somebody. So you would say that his arrow is pointing up and he's going to have some good football ahead of him. You know what I mean? So appreciate him. Yeah.
What about Rigby's throw?
He underthrew it. It was a horrible throw. But I do appreciate it because yesterday in the walkthroughs he threw it to the wrong guy. He threw it back to the quarterback. So we straightened that out. At least I said, here's your option. You throw it to that guy or you run. That's it. You have no other option. But no, it's a good throw. He throws a good ball. I think if you watch it, I think I looked at the Jumbotron. There was a guy coming right at him, right, and he threw it. And I think he kind of had to throw and duck a little bit. It's a great catch by Fields. But, yeah, you just hope periodically those things occur and you just get some momentum and you get going, But, yeah, proud of him,
You had a couple plays like that this year where you've had big plays when you do stuff like that. You've had some times where, you tried to snap it to the running back and you lost the ball, you were able to dial it. Do you kind of, when you call plays like that, do you kind of have to take it and know goes really well, and there's also a chance we lose 3 yards, but it'll work out in our favor long term if we do enough of those.
It's kind of like, you know, you're trying to hit 4s and 5s at the crap table instead of 6s and 8s, right? But yeah, I mean, that you put a guy back there that's not used to taking snaps like that, and he has to, you know, give a cadence, and we just felt like he had done enough of it that it was good, and the snap was a little off and a little hot to the right, I believe, and you know, that's just part of it. But you gain numbers and that stuff, like everyone's kind of blocked when you direct snap it, so that's kind of the MO. But yeah, I mean, you're taking a little bit of a chance because that's not what he does primarily, so yeah.
Last couple of folks, we got players here.
With, you mentioned Fields' catch, you know, he's had 3 games in the last 4 now where he's had over 100 yards from scrimmage, which is receiving out of the end, so, he's really kind of seems to be developing as a guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a well-rounded kid, a great kid that really cares, really studies, asks questions, and he's got some talent and some make him miss capability. We just got to do a better job of getting him some carries that are a little bit more rudimentary, I guess you'd say, where he can just kind of get downhill and hit the hole and get some yards the old-fashioned way, probably a little bit more in some of the razzle-dazzle business we've been kind of doing. So we'll go back to work and look at that and see if there's something a little bit more contemporary where he can just kind of get downhill and use his talent. So.
We asked you when you first started, 4th down calls, talking about that 4th down call today. I know you.
Man, he should have ran it. It was a draw, and he threw the quick game. Talking about the 4th and 2.
Yeah.
There was 4 guys in the box. But then again, you know, that's what, you know, you look at, where is he? Right? He knows that. I mean, but like, when you run a speedball play like that and it's bang, bang, hand played quarterback, that's what happens. So we were just trying to slip one in there before they could load up on us and have 7 up and all the blitzes and the crap they do, and it just kind of backfired. But he'll get better at that, so, because he can run with the ball. But he made a decision quickly, and it didn't happen. But
Thanks, Coach.
all right, thank you guys, appreciate it.